This sourdough Stollen recipe is a great idea to gift your friends for Christmas. You can make it several weeks in advance, and I am sure you're gonna love it. Enjoy! Stollen is a very delicious bread full of fruity flavors and spices. One of the most delicious ingredients, in my opinion, are the candied oranges and lemons. If you have ever prepared candied fruits in the past, you know that it takes a long time to make them, and most people don't have the time to invest on making them. That's why today I want to tell you about Olive Nation, the sponsor of this video. Olive Nation sells more than 200 flavorings and extracts, hundreds of spices, candied fruits, flours, baking and cooking ingredients. Their products are listed on their website, Amazon, Walmart, and other reputable marketplaces. They send me a box with some of the products that I need for this recipe, like this almond flour, sliced almonds. Look at these beautiful candied oranges and candied lemons, and a couple of extracts like this almond extract. I recommend you to check them out on their website and look for a discount code in the description of this video. If you want to make your own candied peels, wash 6 oranges and 8 lemons very well. Peel the oranges well. Remove the white pith from the peels. Until you have a peel that looks like this one. And slice them in long strips. Do the same to the lemon peels until you slice them all. Place the peels in a pot with boiling water for 5 minutes so the peels tenderize. After 5 minutes, pour the water out and rinse the peels with cold water. Place the peels in the pot again and fill it with water. Bring the water to boil again for other 5 minutes. Toss the hot water again and rinse the peels with cold water. Place in a pot 1 cup of water and 2/3 cups of sugar. Mix well and add the lemon peels. Let simmer at low heat until all the water has evaporated, and let the peels air dry for at least 6 hours, or place them in a dehydrator for at least 3 hours. Repeat the same process with the orange peels. Now make the marzipan. Place in a pot 35 grams or 2.5 tablespoons of water, and 70 grams or a 1/4 cup of honey, and 240 grams or 1 cup of sugar. Mix all the ingredients with a silicone spatula until all the sugar dissolves in the mix. Place 240 grams or 2 cups of almond flour in a food processor. Start the food processor and add all the mix of water, sugar, and honey. Process well and add 5 grams or 1 teaspoon of almond extract. Place all the marzipan in a piece of plastic wrap. Cover the marzipan with the plastic wrap and roll the marzipan to make a log of marzipan. Let the marzipan cool off before using it in this recipe. You can store this marzipan for up to a month in a cool place. Now prepare your dry fruits. Place in a container 250 grams or 1.5 cups of a mix of your favorite raisins. Add 50 grams or 2/3 of a cup of candied oranges and 50 grams or 2/3 of a cup of candied lemons, and 110 grams or half a cup of spiced rum. You can use water if you don't have rum. Mix the dry fruits well with a silicone spatula. Cover with a lid and shake the container. Let the dry fruits marinate overnight. To make the dough, pour 100 grams or a quarter cup plus 3 tablespoons of milk in the bowl of a stand mixer. Add 150 grams or 3 large eggs at room temperature, 75 grams or a third of a cup of sugar, and 100 grams or a third of a cup of sourdough starter at 50% hydration. To make this sourdough starter, I mix 25 grams or 1 3/4 tablespoons of water, 25 grams or 1 tablespoon of sourdough starter, and 50 grams or a third of a cup of bread flour, until all the ingredients were well incorporated. And then I let the sourdough starter proof for about 8 hours until it doubled in size. Mix well all the ingredients until the sourdough starter starts to dissolve in the mix. Now add 500 grams or 3 cups of bread flour. Add only half of the flour. Add 1 teaspoon of ground cardamom, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of fresh grated nutmeg, and the peel of 1 medium lemon. Mix all the ingredients and add 10 grams or 1 3/4 teaspoons of salt. Add the rest of the flour and knead until you get a dough that pulls off the walls of the bowl. As you keep mixing, add 150 grams or 2/3 of a cup of butter at room temperature cut in pieces. Add the butter little by little and mix until your dough is soft and elastic for about 20 minutes. When your dough is ready, add all the dry fruits and 70 grams or half a cup of sliced almonds. Mix until all the ingredients are well incorporated with the dough. Place the dough in a grease-proofing bowl. Stretch and fold the dough on itself one last time and cover with a lid. Let the dough proof in a warm place for about 6 hours or until it doubles in size. After 6 hours, dump the dough on your working table. Be gentle as you manage your dough. You don't want to break the gluten structure in the dough. You can make a big and long Stollen with this dough, but today I'm gonna cut it in 4 equal pieces to make some breads to gift to my friends on Christmas. Press the dough with your hands and leave it on the table to rest while you prepare the marzipan. Cut the marzipan in 4 equal pieces. And work it with your hands until you make rolls of about 8 inches or 20 centimeters. To shape the bread, grab the dough and stretch it with your hands. Stretch it until you get a rectangle of about 10 by 5 inches or 25 by 12 centimeters. Place the marzipan in the middle of the dough. Take one of the extremes of the dough and cover the marzipan. Take the other extreme and cover the dough to make a roll shape with the dough. Flip the dough around and pinch the extremes of the dough together to cover the marzipan. Place the dough on a baker's couche or a flour towel. Repeat the same process again with the rest of the dough. Flour the dough and cover it with a towel. Let the bread proof for about 2 hours at around 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 26 degrees Celsius. After 2 hours, very carefully place the dough in a prepared baking sheet. You can fit 4 loaves in one single baking sheet, or you can fit 3 like I am doing it here. Place in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for about 40 minutes or until all the breads are golden brown. As soon as the breads are out of the oven, place them on a cooling rack and brush them with a mixture of melted butter and spiced rum. Immediately, sprinkle a generous amount of confectionery sugar until you cover the whole top with sugar. Let the bread cool off completely and wrap it in wax paper and a layer of plastic wrap. And you can let it mature in a cool place for up to 1 month. In this time, the liquid of the dry fruits will penetrate the dough for more flavor and more moisture. After your bread matures, take it out of the wrapping paper and decorate it however you like it, with some twine and any Christmas decoration. But you don't have to wait 2 weeks if you are like me and you want to try this delicious German bread. So go ahead and slice it and enjoy this favorite German treat. Guten Appetit! Hey, I hope you can prepare and share this bread with your family and friends this Christmas season. If you like this video, please click on the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I have a new video every week. Thank you for watching.